pandemonium happening at CNN. We have Scott Jennings and Batya, the worst 1-2 punch since Stalin and Hitler. These two are going to educate us on why Oklahoma is right to mandate ideology tests for New York and California teachers. Keep in mind, Oklahoma ranks dead last in terms of education.
Well, we don't have the whole test, but let me read some of the questions we did get. One question deals with gender, asking teachers to select from a series of multiple choice answers which chromosome pairs determine biological sex. Another question asks why freedom of religion is important to America's identity. Other questions include asking for the first 3 words of the Constitution, naming the 2 chambers of the U.S. Congress, and identifying the number of U.S. senators. I mean, these are all great questions for a teacher to be able to, shouldn't a teacher have to be able to answer? It could be that there's like, do you have...
These are all great questions if you're a MAGA maniac that wants to filter out anybody with any dissenting beliefs. But if you actually want to be successful at educating your students, then you're probably more concerned about the teacher's credentials and what they're going to teach and their knowledge on that subject matter than what chromosomes that they deem a certain gender to have. So again, Batya's lost it. She's a Russian asset at this point, quite frankly. This is one of the most grifty, fake conservatives that I've ever seen, that claims she's a liberal too. Just a complete bought and paid for person.
How much do you hate Donald Trump is like in there? Okay,
Shouldn't they
that
also
won't be
be
great,
able
but,
to?
I mean,
Shouldn't they also be able?
no?
I mean, wouldn't it be more important to know whether they know and understand the subjects that they're expected to be teaching? Isn't that more to the point?
I think it's so concerning that
Yeah,
our math and reading scores
Batya shut the hell up right after that one because she knew she was cooked. But anyway, let's listen more to what the education leader in Oklahoma had to say.
I know the left doesn't want our kids to know anything about the role the Bible played in American history. They don't want any of our kids to know about the Constitution. Before we had a federal Department of Education and we had the Bible and prayer in school, guess what? We were leading the free world. President Trump has won on this issue. He has a crystal clear mandate. It's one Americans want.
The guy with a crystal clear mandate has a 38% approval rating, one of the lowest approval ratings in U.S. history. This guy's just like drunk all the Kool-Aid, and he's clearly unqualified and is not performing his job well. Because Oklahoma is dead last. Why are you telling anybody what Oklahoma needs? What Oklahoma needs to do is fire you.
It's what Oklahomans want, and so we're going to deliver on those on President Trump's promises here in Oklahoma.
Look, let me just say something. Ryan Walters is failing. He is not good at his job, and he needs to take a listen to what Donald Trump says to people who are not good at their jobs. You're fired. They're 50th in education. In South Carolina, we used to make t-shirts that said, "Thank God for Mississippi." There's only one state that is worse in education than the state of Oklahoma. And so while he's trying to dictate the people that come in his borders to educate the young people in the great state of Oklahoma, they probably need to find another superintendent of education who's not engulfed in scandal, who's not someone who's
Not only do they need a new superintendent, but like I said, they need the help. Like, if you're Oklahoma and you're ranked 50th, and states with teachers that are ranked 30 and above are saying, "Oh, I want to work in Oklahoma," then you should take them. That'd be like the Washington Wizards, who are like the worst team in the NBA, declining LeBron James. Like, you should be taking all the help you can get so you're not a bottom feeder team. Oklahoma, you are dead last. You should be taking all the help you can get. And I'm pretty sure there's a teacher shortage in Oklahoma, so they 1,000% need all the help they can get. But anyway, let's go up to Scott Jennings so he can educate us like a complete clown. Give us that clown school education, Scotty.
Decent human beings that go out into the world.
Well, that was the last part of his statement that you played, was that in our classrooms we're going to focus on reading and math and science and so on and so forth.
Prayer and Bible and Christian religion, which, by the way, maybe some students are not Christian. Whatever happened to freedom of religion?
So you would be against that, but you would be okay if a teacher had other ideologies.
I actually didn't say any of that. I just said, I don't think it matters what teachers believe. I think what matters is what they are teaching in the classroom. Because we live in a society where we don't police people's thoughts, or at least we're not supposed to. So if they think something, if they personally believe something, you're going to prevent them from having a profession?
I think the question is not what they personally believe, but what they are personally focused on. And there is no doubt
What's
that
the
there
difference
have
between those things?
the difference is, are you going to go into a classroom and spend your time focusing on some of these deeply held beliefs that you have more than you're going to spend your time on teaching the core subjects? That's what I would want to know. If I were the superintendent of education.
The reality is conservatives they feel like they're basically out of place at most teaching institutions because conservatives do not pursue higher education. Most conservatives are very uneducated. So you're very likely not going to see a quote unquote conservative teacher because most people that attend college are typically more liberal than people that don't. So that's why like conservatives feel like they're like alone in a sea of liberalism at school because conservatives don't pursue higher education. They typically pursue trade school, so like you'll see plenty conservative plumbers, welders, etc., but you're not going to see many conservative teachers. And being a teacher in particular is something I would say that, especially a grade school teacher, it's something that requires a certain level of empathy, and conservatives just like do not have that empathy. That's not like the driving thing in their value system. And if it was, they wouldn't be just for giving rich people tax cuts and then, getting people off their social programs.
I would want to know, are they here to teach or are they here to indoctrinate? This is a fair question that a lot of parents ask.
It's also true that only 2 states are being targeted, California and...
Are they here to teach or are they here to indoctrinate? He would be perfectly fine if a conservative teacher were teaching about the Bible, which is indoctrination. But he's against a liberal teacher, presumably teaching about empathy. But anyway, that's it, man. Scott Jennings and Batya, the worst 1-2 punch since AIDS and HIV continue to fuck up CNN. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.